Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our co-feature of the evening. And first, coming to the ring, fighting in the blue corner from California, Fernando Diaz.
So Fernando Diaz comes out first, 5-1-1 in his career, only one of them by way of knockout. His last fight was a 6th-round split decision loss to Christian Nigarete. And he is age 20, so still a very young fighter and a very confident fighter. Currently lives in Bloomington, California. And he has fought 2 fighters with a winning record, as he will do tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how ready he is. As you mentioned, he said yesterday, Chiro, that he is ready for a war, and I believe that.
I definitely do.
To the ring, fighting in the red corner from Santa Fe, Rosario, Argentina, Lucas Fernandez Leone.
So Lucas Fernandez Leone, 12-2-1 in his career, 9 wins by way of knockout. His last fight was deemed a no contest against Juan Carlos Camacho. He is an orthodox fighter, age 28, from Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina.
And Anthony, I was live on that fight, on his last fight, when there was a no contest. It was a fight in Puerto Rico. I was there. And it was a great fight. He was putting great performance. You know, the no contest was because the opponent got hit with the headbutt, and they had to stop the fight. Luckily for him, because he actually was winning the fight and was looking great that night.
And so this will be
Ladies and
first fight
gentlemen,
in a while.
6 rounds of boxing in the flyweight division, sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission. The man in charge, Mr. Wayne Spinola. Introducing first, fighting in the blue corner, weighing 111.5 pounds, holding a record of 5 victories, 1 defeat and 1 draw, 1 victory by knockout. From Colton, California, Fernando Diaz. And now fighting at the red corner, weighing 110.5 pounds. His record, 12 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 draw, 9 victories by knockout. From Santa Fe, Rosario, Argentina, Lucas Fernandez Leone.
Both guys will come over, get the rules, and Spinola will explain the rules of the bout. 6-round fight between these 2 guys.
Let me mention that Leone has actually 9 knockouts out of 12 wins, so he actually has a lot of power. Like I was mentioning earlier, he holds the knockout over who is the current world champion, Franco. So, you know, he's a big puncher.
Big puncher for a little guy, 5'3.5". But Fernando Diaz, also small, 5'5". So small guys that pack a lot of power. Nobody really over-aggressive just yet.
Fernando Diaz trying to establish his jab, trying to find his range. Lucas Fernandez trying to find the range, also trying to step inside the long arms of Diaz. You can tell Diaz, even though he's not too tall, but he got long arms. He knows how to stand the jab. Fernandez trying to get in.
Both guys really working that jab early on, just trying to feel out that distance, set something up. You've seen a couple of those too, that left hook trying to get to the body. He's got a couple on him, but nothing that's impacted Diaz yet. That one might, though.
Nice body work by Fernandez.
Another guy in quick, out quick, and has an impact when he gets in there. Diaz going to work a little bit.
Good combination by Diaz, letting his hand go from the get-go. He said he would do that, and he actually doing it right now in the first round. He actually having success. He's looking good out there right now. As Fernandez trying to find his range, trying to land his power punches.
Both guys with some successful work here in round number 1, especially as the round has gone on. A couple of good shots there by Diaz to the body.
Diaz definitely not holding nothing back. He letting his hand go. You know what I mean? He said he was in shape, and he kind of shows right now that he's feeling good out there, landing some great shots. On Luca Leone need to find his range. He's a little bit out of range right now, so he need to get in close to be able to land those power shots. And actually, I would recommend Lucas Fernandez to work to the body a little more to be able to hold down Diaz. And Diaz having a great round right now. He's letting his hand go. He's not holding nothing back. He said he would do so, and he's so far it's good as his promise.
Good first round for Fernando Diaz. Has had Leone on the ropes a couple of times and got a couple of good shots in there. And yeah, we knew this was going to be a tough fight for Leone. And there's a lot of different things playing into that. As we mentioned, first fight in over a year. That last fight, as Chiro mentioned, a no contest due to a headbutt. But also, this is a guy that was supposed to be on the first edition of the Payne Boxing Series, but unfortunately came down with a bout of COVID that removed him from the first edition. So he's having to fight back from that as well. And you could see a little bit out of the gate, Diaz came out aggressive, and maybe Leone a little caught off guard by that.
Yeah, he was. Leone couldn't find his range, you know, to get inside. Diaz took advantage to that, let his hand go, was able to step back on time to be able to counter Leone. And a good round for Diaz in this.
So how do you bounce back here if you're Leone? I mean, I know that Diaz has kind of set the pace here early on, but you can definitely sort of change that into your favor here in the next couple of rounds.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Fernandez has experience. He had the power to do so. He needs to figure out how to get inside the long arm of Diaz. Diaz is choose to his benefit to stay at the middle and long range. You know what I mean? So now Leone need to get inside, coming in a different angle, not coming straight. You know what I mean? Coming in the jab and do his best work to the body. I think he need to start working on the body of Diaz to be able to slow Diaz down.
Pace here to start round number 2. Leone gets a jab in there. Both guys, it looked like, may have gotten some shots in there.
See, once Leone stays inside, he need to work. He's coming in, but then landing a punch or two and then stepping right back. He need to put the pressure, apply the pressure on Diaz, you know what I mean, to short that distance up and then land his body shot. And he actually doing what I thought he's gonna do. He's working to the body now.
Wear him down. And Leone training with Charles Mooney, those guys over there. You've seen it with Alberto Palmetta. They have a rigorous workout, so you expect Leone to be ready for this fight in terms of stamina. Big left.
Big left hook from both guys. Once again, this is becoming a great fight. I expected. Both very confident. Nice body work by Diaz. And when he got inside, you know, he tied up. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to.
And coming back with a couple of Couple of jabs. And again, we haven't really seen any flurries of punches like you've been saying from Leone. A lot of 1, 2 and done and getting out of there. Hasn't been able to send anything up, where Diaz, when he's done his most damage, has been able to sort of get himself into a rhythm, land 4 or 5 punches.
Well, actually, you know, this contribute to Diaz lateral movement. He lands his punches and he gets himself out of range, and you can saw right there how he stepped back on time to make sure that Fernandez don't get his punching range. So you got to give credit to Diaz to change angles, and he just did right there. How he stepped back and then step to the side. He's not staying in front of Lucas. He landed his punching at long range and then getting out of the way. See, he did it again right there.
Lands a couple of nice punches there. End of the round. That's it. 2 rounds in.
Another good round by Diaz. So he landed the better punches. He was able to control the distance and step back on time. His lateral movement, Anthony, giving Fernandez trouble. When Fernandez come to attack, Diaz step back, leaving Fernandez out of range. And then when Fernandez stepped one more time forward to get closer, then he giving lateral movement and step to the side. You can saw right there, you see when Fernandez went to attack, he stepped back. He stepped back and giving angle. You can see right there, you know what I mean, how he's trying to control the distance, landing his punches, and keeping Lucas Fernandez out of range.
So Fernandez, when he gets close enough, he's got to take advantage in those moments, because again, he's 5'3½", and you can tell that he just doesn't have the length that some of the other fighters have to be able to get right in there. Round number 3 underway. And from the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center.
Yeah, this is a 6-round fight. So I believe, at least in my scorecard, I have Diaz ahead 2 rounds. Leone needs to start working like right now, and I believe what he got to do is to be more aggressive, come in different angles, and cut off the ring of Diaz. You know, trying to kill Diaz's lateral movement. He landed a great hook. He landed twice. The same left hook again. And remember, guys, he has a lot of power for more guys, so he can change the fight to his benefit in any second.
9 KOs in his career. Yeah, that was a great back-to-back. Now Diaz fights back, got a left in there.
As you can see right there, every time Leone is going to attack, Diaz step back, leaving Leone in the air. See?
He has just done a fantastic job keeping that distance like you were talking about.
Correct.
And, you know, that's the thing. That adds up, because if you take a lot of those jabs to the face, even though they might not seem like they have a big effect, it can allow him to set some stuff up, and that can wear you down throughout the night. I mean, Diaz right now looking in good shape.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's looking good. He's not even breathing deep, so I can tell that he's in good condition. You know what I mean? He's landing his jab. You know, he's moving lateral. You know what I mean? And creating the space, leaving Leone out of range to punch. So look at Fernandez. Need to keep the pressure on. If I was him, I wouldn't do one step back. I would just go for broke. You know, trying to get my distance, because at that long distance, it's not working.
There goes that left hand of Leone. Starting to work now.
Oh, definitely is. Now he's trying to land his shot, and every time Leone get a little bit of leverage, you know, good shot. Here comes Diaz trying to get it back.
Good left in there, but Diaz not backing down. A solid round from Diaz, too. He's landed a couple of nice shots. Nice body shot from both guys.
Oh, yeah, they both land the left hook at the same time. And here we go. That's what Leone need to do. He needs to stay in there and try. Look, he's the bigger puncher. At least by the record, he got 9 knockouts out of 12 wins. You know, Diaz got only 1 knockout out of 5 wins. So he's the bigger puncher. He needs to rest, you know, and just stay in there, take some chances, and try to land his big blow, that will change the fight to his favor.
And into round 3 there.
Great action fight, guys.
Yeah, great job. Definitely a little more aggressive there from Leone, and I think that's one of the things that his corner is going to be focused on here, is that so far Diaz has been the more aggressive of the two guys. You're the guy that has the knockout power. Diaz only has 1 knockout in his career, so they are probably saying to themselves, you know, we need to be a little more aggressive here, and you saw that a little bit in that 3rd round.
Yeah, definitely. He's trying to be more aggressive, and like I say, you know, if I find myself one of my fighters in that same situation, what I will be telling him right now in the corner is go for broke. You know what I mean? Rest everything. You got to rest in some time to gain. And right now, I feel that's the chance that Lucas Leone have. He need to rest, get in there, trade blow by blow. Once again, he's the bigger puncher, so he probably will be better doing that than staying at distance like Diaz been doing that so far.
Round 4 about to get underway, over halfway through this fight. In the co-main event, Alberto Palmetta, Saul Corral on deck. Round number 4 between Lucas Fernandez Leone and Fernando Diaz underway.
See, Lucas Leone waiting a little bit too long, you know, to attack, and he's attacking from too far away. And then Diaz able to step back and create that distance again. You know, what Leone need to do, he need to come in angles like he's doing right now, moving his head, but coming with the jab, stay inside and trade with Diaz. Once again, he's the bigger puncher. You know what I mean? It seemed to me like Diaz he had been able to buzz Fernandez. So if I'm Fernandez, or I'm in Fernandez corner, I would go for broke, trying to revert this fight my way, you know, with my big punch.
I've seen it a couple of times in there where he's kind of gotten in, changed the angle, and then thrown that punch here in this round. But he's just got to be able to string something together. It's a lot of one punch and then out of there. If he could just string a couple of punches together, you would think he'd be able to sort of take a little bit of an advantage and do some work here on Diaz.
Yes, definitely. Once again, he needs to stay inside. You know what I mean? He cannot come in with the jab, land to punch, and step back. He did right now. He stepped back himself. He don't need to be stepping back right now. He needs to be stepping in, you know what I mean, in angles, trying to land the big punch.
They're letting him off the hook, and now Diaz lands a couple of shots there that his corner likes.
Yeah, his team feeling pretty good right now, as they should. You know what I mean? Diaz is doing very well so far. Even though last round was a little closer round, you know what I mean? In this round, he actually landing the better punches right now.
Leone trying to lunge at him, but Diaz just doing such a great job stepping back, being able to counter the inability of Leone to get in there and get shots in.
See, he needs to stay in there. He needs to stay right there and just straight shots. Here we go. He needs to force Diaz to the rope, you know, push him back and let his body punch, starting from the body to the head. You know what I mean? He might be able to land that powerful left hook that he has.
That's one thing we haven't seen a lot in this fight, really, from either guy, though. We have not seen anybody really up against the ropes outside of a couple of flurries. It's been a lot of work in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, this is beautiful work, guys. You know, this is a beautiful, clean fight. There's no holding there. The referee actually is not in assistance in this fight because the guy doing their work to fight the fight right in the middle of the ring. They step in lateral, you know what I mean? They go circular around each other, landing punches, you know what I mean? A very, very great fight, as I expected to be.
So 4 rounds in. Take a look back at that 4th round. And again, that punch has been effective from Leone, where he steps in and throws that left uppercut, but we just haven't seen it consistently enough, and we haven't seen him been able to work anything else off of that, which is what you're really hoping for, and it's allowed Diaz to get a couple of flurries in there like you've seen right there. Again, not much, but he seems to be the guy that's been the more aggressive fighter, and if you're watching as someone scoring at home, that it looks like so far to this point that he's definitely winning this fight.
Yeah, I think so. Even though round number 3 was very close, you know what I mean? That's if you want to pick a round to give it to Lucas Fernandez, that would be it. You know what I mean? Other than that, I have Diaz ahead in this fight.
Round number 5 of 6 underway in the co-main event. You're on TYC Sports Play.
You probably should see some desperation now in the style of Lucas Fernandez. You know what I mean? I would be. You know what I mean? I think he should once again press the action and go for broke. And sometimes you got to rest to gain. You know what I mean? I think he got to rest and go inside there. He had to make it a dog fight. He had to make a dog fight. You know, instead of just a boss with Diaz.
Again, we know, as we mentioned, he's got the power to change the course of events very quickly in this fight. See him get in there, but again, can't really string anything together. He's had a couple of good shots already here in this round. One with the left, one with the right, but just hasn't been able to put it all together and really get after Diaz just yet. He's running out of time as Diaz tries to get him on the ropes.
This has been a great battle. You can see in Lucas Fernandez's face. You know, he's red. You know what I mean? A little swallow to under his right eye. So you could tell that this has been a fight. He's in a fight and he knows it. You know what I mean? And once again, he needs to try to change the tempo of this fight. He needs to try something different, you know, because he's being one-dimensional right now, trying to bust with Diaz. And in my perspective, it's not working. He needs to make it a dog fight, push Diaz back, land power shots, and then, you know, trust in his power. He got to trust his power. He got to go in there and land his shot, just like he did right there.
That was the best power punch that we've seen maybe from him the entire night. As we get inside a minute to go here in the 5th round, and I think you're right, you know, that desperation has to start setting in at some point here. You know, again, maybe the scorecards have it a little bit of a different way, but how we see it right now, you've lost 3 of the 4 rounds. So I would assume the corners also got to take that similar mindset that, hey, we don't really know where this fight's at. We need you to sort of step it up here.
Oh, definitely. He needs to do that once again. When he applied pressure, he's doing good. You know what I mean? He landed his power shot. Like I say, he's a big puncher. You know what I mean? He needs to have trust in his power, just like he's doing right now. He needs to let his hand go. You see, just like that. He landed a great overhand right. You know what I mean?
And you can see him starting to go in there, starting to take a few more of those punches. And again, that's all right, because with Fernando Diaz, he's not the most powerful guy. So that's the end of round number 5 there. That was probably the best round that we've seen from Lucas Fernandez all night.
Yeah.
I think you'd agree on that, Chiro.
Yeah, he definitely did. He landed, even though I felt Diaz land a little more punches, but he landed, Lucas Fernandez landed the biggest shots. You know what I mean? He landed 3 overhand rights, very powerful overhand rights. So there was a better round for him. And like I say, he need to be some type of desperation in his corner, telling him, "Come on, we got to knock this kid out," you know. And that's exactly what I would be telling him if I was in his corner. Let's go for broke. You know what I mean? This is the last round. There's no tomorrow. It's right now. Let's go for broke and try to get a win.
Definitely, as you saw there at the end, he knows what he has to do. As Chiro's been saying all night during this fight, get inside. That's where you've been able to do your best work. Fernando Diaz, his corner definitely confident with everything that they've seen from him. Let's see how Lucas can respond here in the final round of 6 of the co-main event underway. 3 minutes to the finish.
Here we go. Last round, 3 minutes. Lucas Fernandez got to put it all in the line right here.
See how aggressive he gets. It's always interesting to watch this from this perspective how aggressive some of these guys are that we feel are trailing on the scorecards, because it sort of tells you how they feel in their mind and how their corner feels as well at times as to whether or not they're in the lead or behind.
Correct. You know, I mean, the corner could be telling one thing, or they could be seeing something different, or they could be telling the right thing, and he sees the fight different. You know, when you're in there, you know, you don't see everything. We out here, it's not the same. You know what I mean? So I definitely need to get more aggressive, Fernandez, in this round.
Keeping his distance right now. See if he can't try to get inside here. It's up against those ropes. Diaz continuing to get that left hand in there. Nice body shot, though, by Leone.
You know, he need to apply pressure. Look at Leone, need to apply pressure. He need to go put pressure on Diaz. The fight is still, you know, in the grab. You know, I mean, he can turn this around. So he had about a minute and a half to do it.
Halfway through the final round here. Minute 30 to go between Lucas Fernandez Leone and Fernando Diaz. Couple of shots there to the body by Diaz. They have to be separated. Leone trying to go to work.
Oh, good body shot by Lucas Fernandez. Good body shot. Diaz had to be in great shape because he was able to take that punch and came right back with his own.
Now it's starting to pick up. Leone starting to sense
good
the
action.
moment.
Good action, good trade. Right in the middle of the ring. They're letting their hand go. They're not leaving nothing behind. They both fighting.
30 seconds to go in the final round. Leone trying to get into the body, ends up wrapping up with them. Now gets a couple of shots into the body. Separate him again. 10 seconds to the bell.
What a fight. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
A great battle. Leone trying to get something here late, and that's it.
Great 6-round fighting right here. Very good fight.
Well, Fernando Diaz said he was coming to war, and he definitely did.
They both should feel good. Once again, it was a great fight. They left it all in the ring. You know, most of the time, if it's not a draw, most of it had to be a winner. You know what I mean? And once again, this was a great fight. They went at it. And Diaz said he promised he was coming to war, and he did just that.
See some of that great action there from the end of that 6th round. And again, you see when Leone got inside, able to work that right hook so effectively, but just wasn't able to string it together consistently throughout the fight. And Diaz, our extremely tough fighter, hung in there all night, took a lot of great body shots as well. You see Lucas Fernandez right there, great uptight shot of him. As now we get ready for the official decision. Actually, they're going to take a minute, continue unwrapping these guys. So, Chiro, in your opinion, where would you have this fight? Who would you have it going to?
I mean, I have Diaz winning the fight 4 rounds to 2. You know, I thought that, you know, Lucas Fernandez came, you know, in the last round, but I think it was a little bit too late. You know, I think Diaz had put a couple good rounds in the bank. That is my opinion. Once again, that's my scorecard. I have Diaz winning 4 rounds to 2.
Emiliano Cordora will give us the official decision.
Yeah, let's hear from the officials now. That's the one that counts.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of great boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Messer scored 59-55. Judge Stammy scored 58-56. And Judge Wood scored 58-56. For the winner, by unanimous decision, from Colton, California, Fernando Diaz!
With a 58-56 into the scorecard, that's the same way that I had it.
Yep.
4 rounds to 2.
Diaz with a great fight.
Unas palabras para Teis Sports, Fernando. Una gran batalla, un digno oponente y obviamente una excepcional victoria.
Sí. Sí, muchas gracias a TCY Sports, a Christy Martin. Para adelante, aquí estamos.
He, of course, says thank you to Teis Sports and Christy Martin Promotion. He is really happy. Also in English, Fernando, what's the key of this great victory?
The key was to box, throw the right hand, overhand right hand, just to, give him a little pressure once in a while. And, all I did was, obey the corner. We got the victory. Yep.
Nos dice Fernando que con su derecha, obviamente, le fue tomando el tiempo a la pelea y luego colocándole presión, ahí estuvo la clave. What about your opponent? A great opponent.
Great opponent. He has a great experience. He has fought world champions. I just wanted to prove that I'm at that level. From here we're just moving forward from here.
Thank you, Fernando. Fernando Díaz obviamente también reconoce la experiencia y la capacidad de León en peleas importantes. The winner of this bout from Colton, California, Fernando Diaz.
Great stuff from Fernando Diaz there. Look at those highlights, and what a fantastic night for him. So effective at keeping the distance, throwing everything out of whack for Fernandez, and just a great fight from him. He said he was coming for war, and he just did a fantastic job there. Not only did he come for war, he won the war.